This is WISN 12 News with breaking news.
The Wisconsin Supreme Court struck down the state's stay-home order. What can open and the scramble by some local officials to impose their own rules.
I would like to start getting the economy going again.
The Tavern League tells Wisconsin bars they can open immediately. At least one is already a busy place. Wisconsin researchers reveal cats can spread coronavirus, what pet owners should know. First, the 161-page opinion delivered by the state Supreme Court today called the extension to Wisconsin's stay-home order unlawful, invalid, and unenforceable.
I'm live along Water Street in Milwaukee. You know, we were back here in March when all these bars and restaurants were ordered closed. Tonight's ruling doesn't mean they can reopen right away. We'll explain more on that in just a moment. But first, the backstory. State Republican legislative leaders filed a lawsuit last month against the Evers administration's stay-at-home order extension. They argued the health secretary designee, Andrea Palm, overstepped her authority in issuing it. And tonight, the state's highest court agrees. 12 News' Matt Smith leads off our live team coverage with reaction from both sides. Matt?
Joyce, tonight Governor Evers says the state has been thrown into chaos. The court's ruling takes effect immediately, and already tonight some businesses are reopening and cities like Milwaukee issuing their own orders to remain closed. In a stinging rebuke and 4-3 vote, the Wisconsin Supreme Court Wednesday declared the administration's extended order to stay home unlawful, invalid, and unenforceable. Governor Tony Evers sharply responding to Republicans Wednesday night.
They have thrown the state into chaos. They have provided no plan. There's no question among anybody that people are going to get sick.
The court's ruling takes effect immediately, despite Republicans asking for a 6-day delay. The court now putting the pressure on Republican leaders and the governor to come up with a statewide agreement, saying we place the responsibility for this future lawmaking with the legislature and DHS where it belongs. Senate Majority Leader Scott Fitzgerald.
Now the onus is on the individual. If you don't feel comfortable going into a restaurant or into a church, then don't go.
Who is responsible then if there is a new surge of cases after this?
Well, I think it's definitely a possibility that you could have hotspots that emerge, just like we've seen in other states throughout the nation. And the secretary should be involved in that.
So, Matt, what's next from the governor and Republican leaders?
Joyce, as of late this evening, neither side had spoken to each other. Senator Fitzgerald tells us tonight he wants testing and contact tracing to continue at a robust level. Meantime, the administration is working this evening and preparing a new rule. That process, though, can take up to 2 weeks to enforce, and Republican lawmakers can veto it.
Matt Smith reporting live. Now let's talk about bars and restaurants here in Milwaukee. They're going to stay closed because the city health department issued an order closing them May 25th, and that order remains in effect. In a statement tonight, Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett said that order includes all provisions on public gatherings, restaurants, and bar operations. The city of Racine also extended its own stay-home order tonight, too. That's until May 26th, and that order takes effect immediately. So it all depends on the orders that are in place based on the local municipalities, Patrick.
And after today's Supreme Court decision, the State Tavern League posted on social media that business can open immediately. 12 News' Ben Wagner is live in Port Washington, where one bar started serving again tonight, Ben.
That's right, Patrick, and it has been pretty busy here at the Iron Hog Saloon in Ozaukee County. You can see the parking lot is pretty full. Inside, we didn't see anybody wearing masks. The customers we spoke to here tonight say that it should be their choice. For the first time in 2 months,
I think they should be able to be open.
Customers are back inside Iron Hog Saloon.
After my employees haven't been paid now in 2 months, I had to look out for them and their families, and I had to look out for my business.
Owner Chad Arndt opened the doors today at 3. There was food, drinks, hardly any social distancing, and no one was wearing a mask.
If people have an issue with social distancing, they should be able to be, they can stay separate or stay home.
We spoke with Gary Bertram from a distance who came to the bar for dinner.
If people want to quarantine. If you don't want to quarantine, don't quarantine. Go out, do what you normally do.
Arndt says the bar has more cleaning measures in place, but he understands if people aren't ready to come back.
I respect their feelings, and I respect if they want to stay home, they can. If they don't feel that it's good to come out yet, more to them. but I hope they respect my feelings on I would like to come out and I would like to start getting the economy going again.
Ben, the Tavern League says the bars and restaurants should still follow state guidelines.
Right. Those guidelines from the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation do recommend masks, gloves, and social distancing when possible, Patrick.
Ben Wagner reporting live in Ozaukee County. Today's Supreme Court ruling included a footnote saying the decision does not apply to school closures. All in-person classes at public and private schools are still suspended for the remainder of the school year. With more business reopenings ahead, people will be adjusting to a new normal. That includes those who go bowling. It's a hands-on activity. The state's bowling industry says in order to get the ball rolling again, they're looking into ways of sanitizing the bowling balls after every time they're used. Then there's the issue of elevators. Whether you're going up or down, there's only so much social distancing you can do once you're on. Elevator companies say that plexiglass dividers would be a code violation in this area, so those codes may need to change. Another possibility, one rider at a time. Your next haircut may have to be by appointment only. No walk-ins and no waiting areas. At Salon Brulare in Milwaukee, staff will have customers sign liability waivers before they get in the chair.
The fact that you're having people sign a waiver seems to imply that you are not going to guarantee their safety if you open.
Anywhere you go, there is a risk that you could contract the coronavirus. I cannot guarantee 100% that we would not have that take place.
That salon says they'll be ramping up their sanitizing and disinfecting as well. More than 11,000 people have now tested positive for coronavirus in Wisconsin. 421 people have died. There are 295 more positive cases today. That is the biggest increase since May 9th. And today, state health officials released a list of nursing homes with active coronavirus investigations. There are 38 on that list. 22 of them are in southeast Wisconsin. This is the first time the state has revealed the names of the facilities since the pandemic began. Since Monday, more than 4,000 people have been tested for coronavirus at Milwaukee's 2 free testing sites. We don't know how many of those came back positive. This is what it looks like. You drive up and meet 3 National Guard members. One sticks a swab about an inch up each nostril before the sample gets sent to a lab. The sites at 57th and Capitol and Chase and Rosedale are open through at least Saturday. Body camera video is playing a big role in the case of an off-duty Milwaukee police officer charged with choking a man to death. 12 News' Derek Rose is at the Milwaukee County Courthouse tonight. Derek, investigators say that video shows Michael Mattioli using a chokehold.
Yeah, Patrick, according to a criminal complaint, it does. And it also shows, according to that complaint, Mattioli defending his actions, but also admitting he had no idea Joel Acevedo was not breathing. To his family, Joel Acevedo was a man who loved everyone, which makes it harder for them to accept the aspiring police officer died at the hands of a friend, Michael Mattioli, a 13-year veteran officer. According to prosecutors, Acevedo died after Mattioli held him down last month in a chokehold at Mattioli's home. The complaint reveals Mattioli told investigators he woke up April 19th and found Acevedo going through his pockets and claimed Acevedo punched another person in the home. According to the complaint, body camera video from the responding officers shows Mattioli performing the chokehold and when asked if Acevedo was breathing, replied, "I don't know." Prosecutors point out Mattioli told investigators he had friends over that night against the stay-home order, and the get-together included drinking. When Mattioli learned investigators wanted to get a blood sample from him, prosecutors write he replied, "What the expletive is this all about?" "Listen, he's not in good shape," the investigator replied, to which Mattioli responded with another expletive about Acevedo, adding, "He stole from me. I don't give an expletive what shape he's in." Mattioli's lawyer, Michael Hart.
Officer Mattioli has the same right as anybody else to defend himself and others, particularly in his own home.
In a written statement Wednesday, Police Chief Alfonso Morales called it a sad situation for everyone involved.
Derek, that complaint revealed a lot of information. How is Acevedo's family responding?
Well, the family said in an emailed statement today, Patrick, it is looking forward to an investigation and prosecution that are both open and transparent. That, they say, will ensure justice is served.
Derek Rose reporting live at the Milwaukee County Courthouse. Derek, thank you. Milwaukee police say a family dog bit a baby and a grandmother this afternoon, seriously injuring both. Our camera on scene near 60th and Helena saw animal control officers with guns drawn as they wrangled that dog. The child's mother tells 12 News the baby has severe wounds on her face and head. The grandmother has severe wounds on her arms. Our partners at Biz Times report a judge has ordered the vacant Northridge Mall be demolished. The city of Milwaukee issued a raise order last year saying Northridge was a magnet for break-ins and vandalism, but the Chinese-based company that owns the property took the order to court. The mall closed in 2003. Weather Watch 12 now. Rain is moving in. Mark, some people will hear rumbles of thunder tonight.
Yeah, a little bit of lightning already happening, not necessarily here in southeastern Wisconsin, just down to the south of us in northern Illinois. We had some of that in southwestern Wisconsin. Generally just a rain and some moderate rain moving in as well. Some places will welcome this, but remember, we had that big old rain, especially over the southern counties about a week ago, and so we don't necessarily need a lot of rain in our southern counties, but that'll be the main focus. This is just round one. There are going to be numerous rounds of showers and thunderstorms that develop as we head throughout the night. But there's some fun things coming. After we get through the storms, we're going to talk about warmer temperatures and then a ton of sunshine. Wait till you see the 7-day coming up.
Matthew John Rittner, Fred Robert Waysiski, John David Hetland.
Three fallen police officers from southeast Wisconsin honored in a remote ceremony. They're among those added to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C. Police around the country normally gather to honor the fallen in person. Because of the coronavirus pandemic, the memorial streamed an online ceremony instead. Researchers in Wisconsin say there is a connection between cats and coronavirus.
The virus is really stable in fulmites or on surfaces.
Next at 10, 12 News investigates how humans could be infecting their house cats. Plus, grocery store sticker shock, how long the government says it's been since we've seen price spikes like this.
This is very unusual to go this long without skating, and during the season we're skating basically every day.
Then the Mequon native whose Stanley Cup dreams are on hold, how he's staying in shape for the NHL season.